Welcome back, everyone. For today's video, we are back and we are once again going to be playing at some of the great bots on this site called chess.com. Now, as always, chess.com has some new bots that come out for each month, and for this great month of October, we have the Halloween bots. Now, there are 5 bots for Halloween. You have Martin Lecter rated 350. We have Check the Clown rated 825. We have Edith rated 1300. We have the bot Detective Maya with the 1775 rating. And last but not least, we have the bot which caught my attention. And that, of course, is the bot called Grandmonster Danny with a rating of 29.99. Now, there is no doubt this is a takeoff on the current CCO, the Chief Chess Officer, Daniel Wrench. So we're going to play against this bot and let's see how it goes. Now, for the first game, I'm going to start with the white pieces here, and I'm going to play the move e4. Now, this bot does have a rating of 29.99, so I do need to try and figure out exactly whether it's worth that rating or whether it's overrated, as, of course, the numbers in terms of ratings for the bots can be completely arbitrary. So we're going to play the move c3. I'm going to play the classic Alpin or c3 Sicilian. We get d6, and now we'll go d4, building the big white center. Now, from the get-go here, this is a position that should be slightly better for white. Normally, black doesn't let white get this big white center. Nonetheless, let's go bishop d3, guarding the pawn on e4. We get g6. I can play h3 or knight f3. I think I'm just going to go knight f3. I'm not worried about bishop g4 right here at the moment. I think I will just castle. Probably will get castles. And now I'm going to play the move h3, stopping bishop to g4, pinning the knight on f3. At the same time, h3, it creates both the lift for the king on h2, so I don't get back rank checkmated. But also I can play bishop e3, over protecting the central pawn, and there's no knight g4 to hit the bishop on e3. So we get d5, I'll go e5. Probably we get knight to e4 if I had to guess. We do get knight e4, and this is the first moment of the game where I kind of need to think. Now, I really want to play knight d2. And I think I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to play knight c2. I was a little bit worried about bishop f5, but my idea is to go queen b1. There's cd4, knight b4, which I kind of missed. That could be a slight problem. Nonetheless, it's not like I really have a choice. So I guess I'll go queen b1. Get knight takes d2. I thought pawn takes a knight b4 was better. We get knight d2. Kind of happy to see this move. Now, do I take with a knight or the bishop is the big question. My objective assumption is I should take with a knight so I can play f4 and overprotect this big white center with all the pawns. I think I want this f4 move in play. On the other hand, the knight on f3 is very good as it guards these pawns. Which way do I take? I think I'm going to take with the knight here. So we're going to get the trade of the bishops, I presume. If f6, I can go f4, which is my whole intention behind moving the knight. Now if I go f4, there's c takes d4. I feel like I should be better here, perhaps. Should not really be worse, but I need to prove it. So I'm going to go a3, stopping the trade and knight to b4, hitting the queen. We get c4, and now I'm feeling really, really good about the position, because after queen c2, I can play f4, g4, and attack very quickly. On the other hand, I can also try to move my knight around and play against these weak dark squares near the black king. What makes the most sense? So I think I'm going to play rook to e1. In case of f6, I'll take, and I'm hoping the rook on the e file is well placed. We get b5. Let's go knight to f3 here. My idea here is really to get this knight to g4 where I can hit all these squares. I feel like I'm better here. I'm going to go knight h2, knight g4, knight f6. My opponent can't really attack my central pawn chain here, although knight e7 is a good move. Let's see. If I go queen d2, knight f5, g4, knight e3, queen e3, I like my position. So let's go queen to d2. Knight f5, let's go g4, attacking the knight. We're going to get knight takes bishop. I think I will capture with the rook here. My idea is to play f4 and f5. I do need to be careful about this f6 move, opening up the center. But overall, I love what's happening. Now, my opponent can try, or the bot can try to play b4. We get f6 here, which actually I think is a very, very good move. Maybe here I should have played queen c2 to stop this break so I could take the pawn. But alas, it is much too late. So let's go. Pawn takes, rook takes. I don't love that. So I think I'm going to play knight to f3 here. If we get pawn takes pawn, there's knight takes e5. We get f5. Okay, now I have to figure out what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to go knight h2 back. My idea here is to swing all the pieces to the king's side. I'm going to go queen g2. Idea rook g3. Maybe pressure. Let's go. Let's see. If I go king h1 or rook g1, that doesn't look quite right. So I think I'll go rook g3 first. Rook g8. I could play h4 here. I can also go king h1. King h1 looks right just with the classic legendary triple stack. There's also h4 again. So if I go rook g1, there's also knight f3. I'm going to go knight f3 here. And the reason I'm going to go knight f3 is I feel like I need to get this knight into action as well. Maybe rook h1. g5, h5 doesn't look right. If I go h4, takes, bishop e7. Somehow I don't have a way through right off. Feel like I should be better here somehow, but I don't quite see it. I don't see it at all, in fact. So if I go rook g1, bishop to e7, takes. gf5, gf5. Maybe I don't actually have a way through here. I'm going to go h4. Now, I could play g5. I could take. I'm pretty confident I could make a draw, but I really don't want to make a draw in this game. I want to try to win this game in the spirit of what we're playing for. So let's go. This knight on f3 is bad. Where's this knight belong? I could go queen c2 to trade off. I don't like it. I could go rook g1. Queen h3 also an option here. Have a feeling I probably should have made a draw, but it is what it is, and that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. So let's see what I can do. Now, one of the ideas I had was to go h5, takes, check, and then some trade in f5. Probably not great. It might be the best that I have here objectively, though. So I think I don't really want to go h5. I don't want to go rook g1. I don't really want to go queen h3 either. This knight is misplaced on f3. This knight needs a better square. So let's think about this. How can I play for a better square? Now, queen h3, queen f5, rook g3. That's okay. It's not wonderful. On the other hand, it's probably also not losing. Let's go here. Let's trade the queens. We get rook f8. Excellent move, by the way. Actually, I think I've already put myself in a very unpleasant spot here. They go knight g1. There's queen e4. Could have taken the draw. Probably should have taken the draw, but that's just how it goes. If I play rook g4, there's just h5. If I go rook g1, I just lose. If I trade and go rook g1, maybe that's still holding on. Probably not. Rook f8, rook g1. h5 is a huge threat. F1 back. Okay, I'm going to take, and I guess I'll go rook g4. No, actually, I'll go rook g1 so I can take. I go. Oh, but now h5 just wins anyway. What am I doing? I just blundered. Yeah, I just blundered. I blundered that game so badly. I was actually better in this game. But let's play again. I was much better, and then I tried too hard when I blundered. So let's try with black. This bot is strong, but I'm of the impression this bot is not like 3200 or 3300, where it's a pure stockfish version. So I think it is definitely beatable. So I'm gonna try to focus this game. It's the first game under our belt with the white pieces. It wasn't great. I'll go c6 d5 here. I feel this bot doesn't make huge mistakes objectively. Get e5, slightly strange move. Knight f3. Let's go bishop g4. This is what's known as the Gurganidze setup, where you create these multiple pawn chains. I'll take, play e6, maybe h5. You create these very unusual pawn chains here from all the sides. And this is generally considered to be a little bit dubious, I think, for black. It's not considered great, but it maybe is playable. Okay, I'm going to go rook c8, c5 here. King b1, logical. So if I go c5, that's a move. I think I'm just going to go knight e7, still preparing to play c5. Get g4. Let's go queen to a5. I definitely want to go c5 here because the pawn in a6, there's no knight b5, so there's no jump. Let's go c5, no jump in because the pawn covers. Takes. I guess I should just take with the knight. Why not? Get rook f1. Now, rook f1 is a strange move also. Doesn't look like the absolute best move to my untrained eye, just because I felt like white would want the rook here. But I guess the Grandmonster bot wants to go bishop d3 and f5. I don't really want to move this knight. I don't really want to go b5 either. How do I play this? Knight a4 is a move. I don't love it. Takes, bishop d3, knight c6. Probably decent, though, actually, when I look at this. Knight a4, takes. I'm going to go for it. This might be wrong, but I'm going to try to relieve some of the pressure. Let's take with the queen. Probably get bishop d... Actually, there is no bishop d4. We'll get bishop d3, probably. And now my intention was to either take or play knight c6. I don't know which one I should play here. My gut instinct is to go knight c6 and not release the file as long as I can, but I could be wrong as well. Get c3, very logical move. Now the only issue for me is that I can't castle queenside here because the rook's on c8. The rook on 8 I could castle, this probably would be better for me, but I don't have that option or that luxury, as we like to say. So what do I do here is the question. I could take and play g5. That's a very sharp approach. Knight a5, there's going to be an f5 here. I don't really like that either. If I take and play rook h2, rook h1, probably not great, although yeah, definitely not great. So what else can I do here? Now knight to a5 is my initial intention, but then there's just f5, and I probably get slaughtered on the king side, so I can't really do that. Bishop h6 doesn't really work. d4 is the other obvious move I can try here to blast open the center. Don't really like that either, so I think I'm actually just in a little bit of trouble here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a waiting move. What is a good waiting move here? I don't have a good waiting move. I think I'm going to play... I want to go bishop f8. But I think I will play bishop f8 here. And the whole point is I just want to reroute my bishop to a better diagonal where it covers my king. I guess I'll go here. If f5 I can still take. It's not going to force a draw, surely. We get queen g2. I kind of expected that. Now f5 is a very serious threat. I probably have to take now. It's definitely not what I want to do. But I think I kind of have to take, because otherwise f5 and I'm going to get crushed for sure. I'm still probably going to get crushed here, but I can try to hang on at least. So I'll go bishop to e7. My idea is maybe to go king d7. Okay, we'll get the same line with queen b5 again. f5. Okay, maybe I'm just going to actually get crushed here. Let's see. So if I go knight e5, knight e5 in this position. There's bishop d4, knight c4, bishop d3. Looks pretty ugly. Takes fe6 is a problem as well. Yikes, this could be really ugly. So if I take, I think I'm just losing, actually. I don't think there's even much I can do about it. If I could castle my king, I would be very much in the game, but I can't do that. Bishop a3, there's bishop d3 and I lose. If I take, there's fe6. Knight e5, fe6, f6. Nah, it's just losing. It's just completely crumbling. Maybe I can go g5. I guess I'll try g5. I'm sure it's losing as well, but I'll try it. Because you never know when the bot could make a mistake. It probably won't make a mistake, but maybe it could. Oh, is there bishop f5? Oh my god. There's bishop f5 and oof. Okay, so I can't play bad openings. So I think I have a pretty good idea of what I can and cannot get away with. So let's play e4. Okay, we'll play a classic King's Indian attack here. That opening that I played is actually just bad, and the bot is strong enough that it just blew me off the board. So I'm going to try to play something a little bit slower, a little bit more closed. First game I should have drawn. I could have drawn it, but then I tried to win. That game I didn't really ever have a chance, I felt like. So let's get as serious as we can. So I'm going to castle. Play rook e1. Very, very slow. Get b6. Now, it's a slightly strange move, but not a bad move. I want to go e5, but then bishop c7, followed by knight g6. Could play c3, d4. I don't trust it, though, so I'm going to go c3 or knight f1 are the two moves that I figure out. Which one do I want? Or h4, maybe? I don't like h4, really. I think I'm going to go c3 here. Just try to play simple, solid moves in the center of the board. Get f6, very logical move as well. Black wants to go e5 potentially. Guess I'll go b3 here. Let's see what we get. Get a5. Okay, so now a4 is a move. I'm going to play a4 to try and clog this queen side. If the pawn moves, I have knight c4. We get queen e8. That's also kind of an unusual move to me a little bit. What is the idea? What does the bot really want here? Bishop a3 is interesting. I think I'm going to go bishop a3 with the idea of d4 and a pin on the diagonal. Queen f7. Okay, now I should definitely play d4 because you can't take as the bishop hangs. Rook d8. Now I feel like I should be better here somehow. Maybe better is the wrong word, but I should not be worse. So if I take, we get e d5. That doesn't look great. If I let black take, that doesn't look great. Now if I take knight d5, queen c1, cd4, bishop d6, rook d6. I'm gonna trust my instinct that this is a reasonable move. I don't know which way. We got pawn takes. I wasn't sure we got pawn takes or knight takes. Now I'm going to go knight to f1 here. Idea knight to e3 to pressure this pawn. Maybe move the other knight as well. Okay, bishop f5. I have knight h4 here. Don't really want to trade the pawns on c5. Knight e3, bishop e4. I guess I'll go knight h4 to attack the bishop. Bishop e6, very logical. I can play queen to e2. I can also go knight to e3. What do I want to do here is the question. I don't really want to take queen e2, bishop c8. Queen d2 maybe? Okay, I'm going to go queen e2, attack the bishop. Wait, what? Oh my gosh, it can just give up, it can sack a piece and it gets 2 pawns? Oh wow. Oh wow, this could just be very bad for me. I did not even consider this. I thought it was just a free piece. Oh, so if I take, I also have take on d4. I can also play rook takes, pawn takes, d4. I don't know. Somehow if I play this, I'm gonna go for it. This probably is wrong, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. There is c takes d4, and I can probably argue that I'm only slightly worse, but I want to go for it. So I feel like my pieces should be able to get back in time, but maybe they don't. But it feels to me like I should be back in time here somehow. So I go knight f3, d4, knight d1, knight e1, d3, knight d3, rook d3, bishop c6, c2, rook a1, rook d1, and I'm too slow or something somehow. Huh. So I go rook a1, rook a1. What's the move? King f7, I assume? Okay, king f7, that makes sense. I feel like somehow these pawns should not be... They shouldn't be quick enough getting down the board is what I feel like. But maybe I'm crazy and they're just too fast. I go... Rook e2 can't be right because of knight d4. Rook e3, d4. I don't think I want to provoke it, so I'm going to go back. Get d4. Okay, so now I have knight f5 maybe? Knight f5, bishop takes, rook c8, bishop e4 or something. This feels slightly... Wait, but if I go knight f5, there's rook a c8 as well. Wow. Wowie. Let's think about this. So if I go bishop to e4, d3, rook to e3, d2, rook c3, d1, takes, bishop c6, rook c8, bishop d... Ah, there's no bishop d5 at the end. Wow. And if I go rook c1, there's rook c8, bishop h3 maybe. This knight on f1 is actually my problem. This knight is boxed. I can't really bring the knight into the game easily. What can I play here that makes sense? Knight f5, rook c8, bishop h3, rook c7, knight f5, rook c8, takes, bishop e4, d3, rook to e3, c2. If I go rook a d1, there's just d2. Wow. And there's actually no other way to play this, it feels like. Bishop e4, bishop e4, d3, rook d1, d2, rook e3. Maybe that hangs on. Maybe that hangs on. The reason I'm considering bishop e4 is because I just want to create threats. But the problem I realized is bishop e4, black can actually just ignore it with like rook c8. Wow. So I think I'm just lost, actually. I think I'm just completely lost here. Amazing, as the old saying goes. Bishop to e4, rook to c8, bishop d3, knight b4. No, this knight on f1 is just killing me. With this knight on f1, I can't get... If this knight could go to any other square, I would actually probably be winning. But this knight just has no squares available. And I think I'm just getting crushed. I think I'm just actually getting clean crushed. So, let's think. Bishop h3 does nothing. Bishop e4 is probably the only attempt. Knight f3 doesn't do anything. Knight f5, rook c8. Bishop e4, d3, rook d1, c2. d1, d2. d3, rook a3, rook e3, c2. Rook e d1, c2. Just trying to think if there's any way to cover the squares, and I don't think there is. Rook a d1, c2. Rook takes d3. I've got nothing. No, I'm just losing. Unless I can actually, can I play like knight? No, knight e3 takes c2 is also losing. Rook c1, rook c8, knight e3. That might be the only chance I have here to survive. Probably also losing, but it's maybe worth a shot. So I think I'm gonna go here. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Try to put the bishop on c4. Try to cover up here if I can. Let's go here. There's also knight f3. I think I should have gone knight f3 maybe there. Actually, should I have gone knight f3? Knight f3 was a much better. Knight f3. Maybe I wasn't even losing after knight f3. Maybe. Yeah, I think I should have played knight f3 here. That was a much better move. Because now there's also g5, I just realized as well. So there's no way to stop the pawns. If I go rook d1, I guess. Try desperately. Try in vain. There's just g5, right? No, I guess not. Okay, I take. Oh, don't tell me I'd rook takes c3. No, rook c3 takes, takes against 7 takes, c2 is losing. Okay, now my knight can get free, but it's probably too little too late. I can go rook d3. There's also knight f3 here. Like knight e3 is a move I want to play. Knight f3 is also a move I want to play. Knight f3, knight c6, I'm just too slow. And if I go knight d2, rook a4. I guess I'll go here. Oh, now, wait, but now I've got knight d2 maybe? And knight b3. I'm still trying to fight. Oh, there's just rook b4. There's nothing. I'll go here. Try to bring the knight to c2. Let's go here maybe? I don't see how I'm just like one move too slow here to stop all the pawns. Knight a3, I guess, is what I'll play. Let's go here. Knight d3. I'm trying to blockade desperately with these knights. Okay, rook d5. Now, that's not the move I expected. It could have played b4 first. There's some difference. Trying very hard, but I think it's not going to happen here because the pawns are just too fast. Okay, rook b5. I go knight f4. Yeah, just 4 pawns. 2 knights can't stop the 4 pawns. Ordinarily, I would resign here, but I'll play it on just so you guys get to see how strong the passed pawns are. Let's go like here, I guess. Try to go knight e6 or something. Oh, knight e6, there's even rook d7. So let's go like, yeah, there's just nothing. I'm gonna resign. Okay, one more game with black. I'm gonna actually go to a hyper modern setup now. Let's go to a hyper modern setup. And I'm gonna slow it down. The first game is probably the best chance I had. I at least had a draw, if not more. At least, probably. But that's just how it goes. Actually, it played f4, which I did not expect. So I'm going to see how good it is at defending this. Let's go bishop b7. Play knight d7. Normally, I would not play it. Whoops. I guess I'll refresh the page because my mouse just got stuck. There we go. Play h5. d5. Okay, we get e5. Now, this at least makes me happy because now I get the lock on the king side. Now, which way do I want to take? E takes is probably... It's probably not right, but I'm going to do it anyway. b4 is a weird move. I guess I'll go here. And knight f8, knight e6. What is the bot playing for here? I'm a little bit confused by this approach. I guess I'll go a5. Why not? Let's go here. Put the knight on e6. Put the bishop on e7. Okay, now I should be pretty happy with my position. I don't think I can ever lose this. Although knight g5 is... Wait. Oh, if I take, there's queen g3. So the bot finds a very creative approach here. I guess I'll go bishop f8. Knight e2. Let's go bishop e7. Okay, it's trying to force in c4, so I'm going to play rook to b. Could also take... Also take and play... I think I'm going to take and play queen d7 here. Let's go here. If c4, I believe I have rook b8. Rook b1. Okay, I can castle. I don't like it, so I think I'm just going to play... Okay, Can white... I think white actually can break through. White's going to maneuver the knight, bring the queen over. I'm very worried about these attacks on the queen side, so I think I'm just going to walk my king to g7 here. It's putting real pressure on me in a position where I didn't think there would possibly be where there could be any pressure. Don't tell me I'm already losing somehow. I think I might be losing. I played bishop a8, c6. That's terrible. Yeah, somehow I think I'm losing. Wow. Let's take. Let's go c6. A4, very strong move. Okay, I'll go rook a8. I'm going to lose this game too. Let's go like take, I guess, and pray. So I take and play queen e6 and just pray that I can hang on. I can't hang on, but I'll try. Okay, let's go like here maybe. The only way that I can hang on here is if somehow... Okay, it goes b6 now. That's a big mistake. That's a huge mistake. That's actually shockingly bad. I'm confused. So this bot does make mistakes, just doesn't make obvious blunders, basically. Okay, let's go here. Oh my god, what? Wow. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Wow. Wait, I need to think about this. Is there any way that I can blockade? So I go king d7, rook a5. Okay, so she'll obviously take. Go here. I'm trying to create a blockade. I think I'm going to go rook b8 here. I'm going to go rook b8. I'm going to try to go bishop a6. Okay, I think I get the blockade now. I think I've created the blockade. And now I don't think white has any way through. Wow, this bot is so strong. Has a low rating, but very, very strong. That's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, now I'm just going to start waiting. Make a bunch of pre-moves. The last pawn move is on move number 44, so... So the last pawn move was move 44, so it's move 94. So I just need to make sure that it doesn't play g4 on move like move 93. As people should know, there's a 50 move no draw rule, so let's go here. Should be 50 moves in a second. It's gonna go g4 or not? No, it doesn't. Oh, let's try one more time against this bot with white. I'm gonna play something slow again. I'm gonna play g3 and bishop g2. I'm gonna try to tinker with the move order a little bit to try and confuse it. Let's go bishop g2. Very, very tough bot. This Danny bot is incredibly strong. I mean, really, 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 really rough to play against it. Like, really, really rough. Let's go knight d2. I'm writing another book, Green Squares, How I Became a Chess Monster. That's actually a really good quote. I didn't even see those comments before from the Danny bot. Okay, let's go b3. Play bishop b2 and h3. Now, the key again is it's all about the central squares and locking up the position if I can. I'm going to go h3 here. I might play e4 at the right moment. I probably should have just played e4 right away. Why don't I just go e4 right away? Now we're going to be back in a situation you guys have seen a million times. I'm going to walk my king to h2, play e4. Let's go king h2, idea e4 at the right moment. I'm going to move my queen out of any threats on the lane. I still want to go e4 at the right moment. Let's go like, I guess, here. Now that I've manually castled my king, I'm happy to go back to h1, play knight g1. I'm kind of turtling again. I get d4, which makes me really, really happy, actually. So, okay, now I've got the structure I want. So I want to go f4, but I need to be aware of knight h5. That's why I put the queen here to spy this diagonal. So if I go f4, takes. It's not ideal. Bishop c1 is a move. Prepare for f4. If I go f4, takes knight h5 is just a big problem. If I go bishop c, I mean bishop a3 is like a very cheesy human attempt. Bishop a3 is also, I think I'm going to go bishop a3 here. And the reason I'm going to play bishop a3 is to stop c4. But it also, okay, now I think I'm free to play f4. Yeah, now I'm going to go f4. Get bishop c3, and I have a decision here. Do I play f5 or not? It's an interesting spot. I can sack the rook, or I can take... I'm going to go f5. And the reason I'm going to go f5 here is that black doesn't have a quick attack, and I'm going to try to roll the pawns up the board. I'm just going to go for this classic kingside standard attack. I'm really going all in here. I will go knight to f3 here. Idea g5. Rook g1 is also an idea. I mean, I'm probably too slow with this attack. Rook a8. Good move. Yeah, I'm probably way too slow. I'm going to go bishop c1. Try to go g5. Yeah, it's just going to crush me on the queen side. I'm going to try to go g5. Still trying. I guess I take with the a pawn. Okay, if I go g5, takes. Okay, get the bishop in, but it's still too little too late because the rook gets to the queen side. Yeah, it's just too little too late. Okay, I'll still go queen e1, try to run the queen. Maybe like knight c1 and just pray. Let's see, okay, if I go queen to h4, bishop d2, or bishop c1 maybe. It's giving me this faint hope of like a knight g3, knight h5, but it's just too little. I should have played knight e1 also, but yeah, that was just too much. Okay, let's go one more. I'll play one last one with black since the games haven't been particularly long. I'll try to do one more turtle setup, try to make it work, and then this will be it. So this will be what, the 6th game? I think I've lost 5. Should have 2 draws instead of 1 draw out of 5, but I mean the bot is very, very strong. Go here. I'm going to play d6. Just really try to confuse it again with the pawn orders. So knight e7, knight d7. Just move really quickly. b4. I don't understand b4. I'll just bring the knight out here. Probably will get a4 and I'll go a6, I guess. Trying to create the hedgehog setup. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive this game than I was last. So I'm probably going to go h6, g5. I'm not going to try to manually castle the king. I don't really want to play h6, so I think I'll just castle. Why not? Probably it's going to push one of these pawns soon. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Let's go here. Stop knight g5. h3. I guess I'll go here. Not h7 because I'm worried about walking into a diagonal. So I'll scoot over 1. I think I'm going to play rook to b8 here. And the reason I'm going to play rook b8 is I'm worried about these pawn thrusts here on the queen side. Okay, we get it anyway. Who knew? c4, I have e5. I still like e5 here. I think the question for me is how do I play this? I'm going to go queen e8 to go e5 or f5 here. We got knight h4. I'm going to go e5. Why not? Get queen c2. Very logical. Kind of want to play like rook c8. Nah, rook c8, c6. So I'm going to put this knight on f6 to hit the pawn. Knight f3. Okay, let's see. I can play queen e6. I can also just go like queen e7 or knight f6. Let's go knight f6. Try to overpressure this pawn on e4 here. Let's go queen e7. Probably rook e8. Okay, we get d5. I'm happy to see that. But can I take advantage? Because now the queen side is completely locked. But is there a way to take advantage of this? Now, knight c5 is the very obvious move here. But it's not the move I think I'm going to play. I think I'm going to try to bring everything over to the king side first. So let's bring the rook here. I have a very simple idea of bishop c8 next move. So I'm going to go bishop c8, idea knight c5. And now my rook's on the right side, so all my pieces are really close. I guess I'll go king h7. Okay, now I have knight c5. I don't really want to play knight c5, but on the other hand, I don't know what else I'm supposed to play. Because otherwise, I can't activate this bishop. So while I don't love knight c5, I'm still going to play it. Get knight takes. If I take with this one c4, I mean, I'm just going to lose the pawn. So we have to take this way. I'm going to try to put the knight on d6. Now, the point I was making earlier about the bishop and rook is that if my rook were on b8, it would be out of play. But with the bishop here, it hits the pawn, but the rook's on the right side, so all the rooks can shuffle over to the king side. So let's go knight e8, knight d6, of course, to hit the pawns. Go here. Great knight hitting the pawns. I might play f5 on the next move or two. I think I want to bring the rook to guard the pawn. But there is bishop b2. or knight h4. Problematic. Okay, let's go bishop f6, hit the knight. Knight g2, very reasonable. Kind of getting myself into a weird situation here. Maybe I have queen d7 to hit the pawn. G4, I guess. Okay, G4 is a move that I feel like I should be happy to see. So I can go here. If f4, I can take and play bishop e5. This is easily the best position I've had in out of all these games. Not even close, actually. But the problem is f4 is still a threat because of e5. G5 is a way to clog the toilet. I don't really like it. It's not a bad move, but I really don't want to play it. If I go rook h8, f4, g5 takes, that might be interesting. Could be, also could not be. This is it's really a question of whether I want to make a draw or go for broke. So if I play g5 here, this is probably going to be a draw because everything's going to get clogged on the king side. If I play rook h8, f4, g5, fg5, hg5, rook f1, bishop g7, knight e3, f6. I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try to play for more. Let's go here. If f4, I'm going to go g5. Expected. Let's go g5 here. Oh, it goes f5. Wow, now that I did not expect, actually. I'm a little bit shocked by that. Really shocked by that move. I did not expect that at all. Okay, let's go here. Rook h8, maybe h5. Knight f1. Knight f1. Very nice move. Okay, so actually, maybe it's not so great. Go here. Knight h5. Actually, knight f1 is an excellent move. Now, I could play h5 here, but I don't really trust it. Go here. Knight e. Ugh, this is ugly. Okay, I guess I'll go here and bishop g7. This is really ugly. Knight f1, knight g3 is a nice maneuver. I'm gonna have to play f6 and just pray, basically. Or no, I have to go f6. I don't have a choice. Let's go here, bring the rooks over. I might lose this game, actually. Very realistic chance I'll lose now. Let's go here. I'm gonna have to put the bishop on e8 and could be really ugly. Let's go bishop e8. I'm gonna move my king. Let's go here. I guess guard the rooks. Takes. I'm hanging on. Okay, now I can just take, and now it's gonna be now it's just gonna be a draw. Because I'm just gonna walk my king all the way over to the queen side. Although wait, there is bishop a5 and queen c5. I need to be a little bit careful. Actually, need to be really careful because this bishop a5 queen c5 idea is a huge threat here potentially. Let's move the king over. Let's go here. I think what I want to do in this position is I'd like my bishop on d6 if I can get it there somehow. So I'm going to go knight f7. I'm going to try to put my bishop on d6. I think the bishop on d6 is where it belongs. It just guards everything very logically. Let's go here, bishop d6. Now I can take with the knight or the h pawn. I think I'm going to take with the pawn. I mean, this might be wrong. In fact, I think well, I thought it would play h6. It didn't go h6, so I'll blockade again. Try to put the knight on d6 or bishop on d6. I think actually I feel like I might get winning chance here because I'm going to move the queen, bring the rook over, go here, rook e8, rook h8, hit the pawn. But I still don't have a way through is the problem. Even if I get the knight to g7, there's still no way through because white can still guard with bishop e2. So blockade, knight g7. But I don't actually have a way to win this. No, it's just a draw anyway. So you get another blockade. Yeah, it's just gonna be a draw. So this will be what, 2 draws out of 6 games? Should have been 3 objectively because I should have drawn the first game, but 2 draws out of 6, but I got smoked in the other games. It wasn't even close. So let's go here, knight d6. Two draws out of 6. Not wonderful, but this bot obviously very, very strong. Very strong bot. No way to get this knight. This knight can't get in either. So yeah, I'm just going to play 50 moves. No, there will be no trades, nothing, and it'll be a draw. Unless I blunder a bishop e5, actually. There is a bishop g4, bishop e5. So I'm going to put my king on b7 here. In fact, no, I'm just going to set it up the best way possible. The bishop on d6. Knight on b7, and there we go. Let's just go like here, move the queen, move the king. Okay, now just wait. I don't remember which move we pushed the pawn on, but some moves ago, I think. I don't even see when it last was. But we keep going. Okay, so let's go here. The last pawn push would have been hg5. 51 was the last maneuver. Okay, so... Are you a doctor? I think I need a doctor. Is it gonna move? What's going on? Did I just actually glitch the bot? I might have glitched the bot with too many pre-moves. Oh, I might have actually glitched the bot by accident. No, wait, no, did it move? I heard a sound. Did it move? Okay, there we go. Okay, we just go back. Pawn growth taking over, getting stronger. Yeah, so this will be a draw. That's kind of weird that I had to refresh it, but yeah, there we go. There we go. And this should be 50 moves right here. Let's make a deal. You receive chess piece, pawn growth. Yeah. Let's go here. Okay, so we draw the game. So what to say about this bot? This bot, of course, is the Grandmonster Danny bot. Very, very strong bot. When I started playing the hyper modern setups, I mean, I got decent positions where I could clog the toilet and make a draw. But overall, very, very strong bot. I think if you're not a GM or better, very unlikely you're going to be able to beat it unless it blunders in the opening. The first game, I had a decent position when I played normal chess, but overall, very, very strong. I would say that this Grandmonster Danny bot, definitely stronger than the real thing for sure. Obviously, Danny Wrench is an international master around 2400, but this bot plays at a very strong Grandmaster level. I honestly feel like it was probably playing around like a 2850 over the board level, maybe 2900 ish. Wasn't perfect, but it also didn't make any obvious blunders like some of the other really strong bots I played, where it plays a great game then has one huge mistake in the middle. So very, very good bot. A lot of fun playing against this Grandmonster Danny bot. This bot, I believe, will be officially released on October 1st, so make sure that you check it out. Of course, if you're not a Grandmaster, there are many other Halloween bots. As I mentioned at the start, there's Martin Lecter, Check the Clown, Edith, and of course, Detective Maya. So 5 great bots for the month of October on chess.com. Make sure you check it out, and that's going to do it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed these games against the Grandmonster Danny bot as part of the Halloween series of these chess.com bots. Hope you enjoyed it. And once again, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure that you smash that subscribe button below, and we'll be back with more great content in the very near future. Hope you guys enjoyed it and have a great rest of your day. See you soon. Bye.